We don't have like a proper structure when it comes to content creation in Kampala. We don't. Hence why it's up to you yourself to create those standards. A fee should be charged. Call it a consultation fee, because sometimes someone has called you and you find yourself sharing like, oh, this is what I would do, this is what like, and that thing happened with a brand where I said something like, I would do this direction, this is what I can promise you. They went and did the exact same thing, but I wasn't in the picture.
He's a 10, but he's a mommy's boy.
How did mine? I would say 8.
Yeah? The mommy's boy is the one who makes it to 8?
Yes.
Why?
I mean, also, like, you want to see, like, the way these guys treat their moms. If they treat them nice, they'll also treat you nice. If you have a good relationship with the mom, top tier. If it's the ghetto, then he'll probably be a 1 for you, because you will struggle in life.
You know what? Me, I'm not competing with no one's mom for their attention. What's your toxic trait?
I'm a Mochiga, I'm a Leo, I speak my mind.
Okay.
So sometimes it might come off gracefully and sometimes not.
Yeah. A lot of creators and creatives, influencers, whatever, so many people will just offer you things like free lunch, right? Or you just come and take pictures and just enjoy the space. That's your payment.
Exactly.
What's the most insulting offer you've ever gotten?
First, I wouldn't say insulting per se, but like, it was literally my first gig. I was being paid in data and airtime.
That's not bad.
And the thing is, I didn't see it as bad. I was using the data. I was using the airtime.
It's never that serious is a mantra I like to tell myself. Also the name of the podcast that you're watching. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm very excited to be introducing my guest today, Karolyn Kash. She is an actor. She is a social media content creator. She is an influencer. And she does things, right? She gets things done. Thank you so much for making time for this conversation today. Welcome to the podcast.
Yes, please. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah. So I'm so, first of all, I was like, when I called you to the podcast, we met like,
we did,
like about a month ago, like a couple of weeks ago, and we had a conversation, and I'm just glad that we're actually making this.
Yeah, like we followed through. When I see your text, I'm like, oh wow, okay.
Me, I follow through.
#intention,
right?
Yes.
I'm one of those people. Like, if I meet you and you say let's do this, I'm like, let's do this. Yeah, don't just talk about it. You have to be about it.
I love that.
So what people may not know is. I'm sorry, this made bias people, because everyone has been telling me you only bring your friends to the show,
and I'm like, God, it's real going to bias.
I'm like, yeah, man, it's not my fault. My friends are interesting. Like, I have cool friends and fun friends, and so so Caroline and I have a history. We went to primary school together.
We did.
So we come from way back.
Way back.
Way back, and now we're grown.
It's crazy. Like, when I think about it, like primary, and then to where we're at now, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
It has been.
Can you believe it's been like, should I say how many years it's been?
Give it, man.
It's like 20 something. We are like how long it's been since primary is like an adult human being in their 20s.
No, truly. It's crazy.
Listen, you are an actor.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Why did you decide to get into acting?
Well, I used to do the 9 to 5. Let's start there. And
first of all, what?
Yes, I was doing 9 to 5s. I actually worked with some big brands in Kampala. But then the thing is, you can be good at something. It's great. It's a check, but you just don't feel like it's for you. And that's how I used to feel about that. But COVID happened, life changed. And then during COVID, I saw an ad on Facebook that was like, oh, we are looking for actors, actresses for this thing, And I saw it, I'm like, you know what do I have to lose? So let me send in like a 30-second clip, which I did. And when I sent it in, I kid you not, I deleted the video immediately, because I watched it and I'm like, cringe. I can't believe, like, I even, really, Carol?
Yeah.
Deleted. I'm telling you, I think it was over a few hours. I got a call and we're like, oh my God, we just watched you in the boardroom. You were insane. We need you. Are you available on Monday? I'm like, yes. And because it was COVID, we
Yeah.
were mostly home, but I was happy to be active even during COVID.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was Prestige, which I did for like 2.5 years. It was quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Because, on the outside looking in, it seems like acting is,
Chap chap.
yeah, like
Oh God.
people don't really know what goes on behind the scenes.
Right.
What was that experience like for you being on the cast
Yeah.
of such a show?
Right. The experience was wild. I remember
In what
going in. I remember going in on Monday for when they called me. They had auditions on Monday still. So I go in for the audition, and this was with Miss Nana Kaga, like a boss bitch in this energy. And I'm telling you, I sucked so hard. It
You
was
sucked?
so bad. It was so bad that
Sorry,
when
I'm
we
laughing.
finished that clip, I was just like, you know what? Let me just get my bag. Like, I'll walk myself out before you ask me to walk out. So yeah, but she was like, no, Carol. And we had known each other socially. We had like mutual friends, but we didn't know each other like that. It was just, oh, hi, polite. And she was like, this role that you're auditioning for, I will not give it to you. But there's one which I feel you will thrive, and you won't feel like you're acting in a sense. I think it will be so easy for you. And when we wrapped that up, and I'm like, okay, I'm finally on board. And then we start to do table reads, which was like a span of 2 weeks, just to really gauge chemistry. If you're married in the show, if you have someone in the show, so they want to see if you really connect that thing. And it was a new experience. I loved it because there were so many seasoned actors. Nana, Cleopatra, Simon Bays, Rushabiro, so many. And there were also new people like myself. So the new ones were trying to find guidance through the seasoned actors, and they really supported us because you don't know what to do. Like, okay, they're like action, and you're awkward, so many hand movements, and yet you need to really like think about those movements because there's continuation.
Yes.
Yeah,
you have to
there's
remember why
reading
you
your
stopped.
lines and remembering them, but not only that, but understanding a story and coming from that point of view when you're with a fellow actor in the space, in a scene, and they're saying their lines, whatever, you're not waiting. Like if the last sentence is, I was supposed to call this person, and then you're waiting for person so that you go in with the next line, you can't anticipate. You have to understand the story and come from a point of listening. So then it made it easier.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a very good tip for all the people who are
True.
aspiring actors out
Yeah.
there. So content creation. How long have you done that for? Was it also something that was birthed from the pandemic?
In a sense, yeah, I did do a bit of that earlier, but I don't like to count then because I was a bit misplaced. I didn't know what to do. I was just all over the place. When I did the acting, you do for a period of time, and then you find that at some point your character starts to die out, which happens. So they start to write you out. And then I'm like, okay, I know I'm being written out, but then what next? So I'm like, maybe I should get back into creating, which I really used to enjoy. And I did get some tips from acting, actually, because you walk into a room and there are like 20 people crew, or like 10, and they're like action.
Yeah.
So you can't be shy. You have to dry yourself,
Yeah.
as they call it,
Yeah.
confidence and that thing. So that helped me when people ask me like, how are you so comfortable behind the camera? I'm like, it was literally the show that gave me those tips. And of course, behind the scenes, when you see how they edit stuff, it also helped me with that, with my editing skills as well. So it was just me finding the niche. So that when someone says, Karolyn Kash, what comes to you first? So that's something I had to work on.
Yeah.
And when I got it, I never stopped.
So Karolyn Kash, what comes to mind, me personally, beauty.
Yes.
Beauty and lifestyle content.
Yes.
Okay. So you say you used to do it 9 to 5. So I want
I
us to
did.
actually talk about this because we're living in a creator's economy right now.
We are.
You said you used to work 9 to 5 and now you are a content creator.
Yeah.
I've seen content creators in like Kenya and they're like, oh, I get paid more now than I ever made in my 9 to
That's
5. Is that the
true.
reality for you?
That is a reality.
Yeah?
It is a reality. Because, but also in a way, leave alone Nairobi. Nairobi is really developed in the content creator space. Uganda is trying to get there. And I feel it starts with you as a creator because you have to set the standards. If you tell your audience, tomorrow 9 a.m. I'm going to release this. Make sure you do. Like keep your word. And I feel that has helped me to have a bit of that discipline and just being intentional about it. And you will get so many opportunities, so many, by the way, coming all sorts of corners when your numbers start to make sense. So that is when you decide. You can't take everything.
Yeah.
Because then again, you have to have, you're trying to separate yourself from the crowd. You want to be known for something. So something might come to me and like, hey, now we're a tile business. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
But it's not
sincerely,
in
me,
line.
the beauty is
Yeah.
tiles, or together.
Yeah.
So like that sort of thing. But I think the 9 to 5 for me, I did it like I said, I was good at it, but it was I just didn't feel like it was something I was meant to do. At the end of the day, you could choose, hey, I want a stable check. That's okay. You understand? But it depends on you as a person. Is that something you still want to pursue?
Yeah.
Or dare to dream and go out and do something different?
Yeah. And I like the way you put it. It's actually a job. People think content creation is just living your best life. I mean, sometimes you will be living your best life.
Truly.
But you won't necessarily, like, you're still working.
Right.
Like, I went on holiday recently and I was documenting what I could. And people were like, oh, you should give us a vlog. I'm like, guys, I cannot think about doing a vlog right now because I'm living my best life. If a vlog can come out of what I've shot
Exactly.
while I'm living life.
Happy to share.
It's actually work. It's a lot of work, and I can't do it all the time. So on TikTok, sometime Mrs. Matovu, she's also a creative. She put out a question. She was like,
Right.
"What is the most will pay you in what how did she phrase it?
What?
Basically,
I remember that.
you remember it?
Yes.
So basically, you know how a lot of creators and creatives, influencers, whatever, so many people will just offer you things like free lunch, right? Or you just come and take pictures and just enjoy the space. That's your payment.
Exactly.
What's the most insulting offer you've ever gotten?
Honestly, when I saw her post, I laughed.
She said they offered her a sandwich, right?
She said they offered me a sandwich. They paid me in bread. I lost it. I laughed. And like, jokes aside, but that stuff is real.
Yeah, I know it's real.
It is real, and that's the thing. That's why I
real.
was saying you have to reach a point where you create a standard for yourself. The content space is difficult, and that's a fact, especially when you're starting out.
Yeah.
If you do happen to have a 9 to 5 and you can juggle, by all means do your thing, If you have family around you that can support you during that process, even better, because me, I had that. I had family.
Yeah.
And that's what helped me. But, like I said, when you're starting out, it's crazy. My first, I wouldn't say insulting per se, but like it was literally my first gig. I was being paid in data and airtime.
That's not bad.
And the thing is, I didn't see it as bad. I was using the data. I was using the airtime.
Listen,
tell you.
girl, my first gig, I think they paid me in food that I ate there and
Yes.
left. You get data at least gives you some value in life.
Truly. Like when I said, I'm like, when I thought about it, I'm like, But maybe along the way there was food involved at some point. Just so many things here and there.
Yeah.
But that was my first anyway. That's what I can say.
Content or acting, what pays better?
Content.
But which one do you feel more passionate about? If you had to choose one.
Oh, if I had to choose one, content for sure. Content any day,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if I am speaking the truth, when I was acting, I accepted to act because I thought it would give me a bit more mileage on social media. People start to recognize, you get a bit of following. I thought that would like help with that. It actually did not. It did slightly, but not too much, because then Ugandans don't watch a lot of TV, especially local TV. That's just the truth. We barely support our own. And it was on DSTV, and it was on this channel. Like, okay, who is on DSTV? Those things. And I would get so surprised because at the time I went by Italian supermarket just up here. And I'm using the mobile money stand. And I can tell you, Sabrina, this guy, old guy, with soldiers, came got out of the car, and then they were going to use the mobile money as well because like a bigger stand. And let me tell you, I'm not kidding. He turned, looked at me, was like, Ariana. I was like,
That's your character.
what? Yes, that was my character. Like, good afternoon, sir. Because it was like grown. Ariana, oh my God, we love that show at home. We love that show. You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
The people that would stop me about it were much older than like just.
Yeah, than our
That
peers.
was the
Our peers, I don't think watch TV too much. I think it's the older generation, and I know that because I've been on TV for 7 years,
Truly.
and I want to bet like most of my friends may not even know what the name of my show. Do you know what it's called? I do a show on TV. Do you know what it's called?
I really don't.
Yeah, there you go, man. Well, yeah, not even news. Do you even watch news?
I guess it's on Instagram and TikTok. Please let us know what's happening in the world.
Okay, so if you could be anyone else for a day,
Yeah.
who would you be?
Like international or just like whatever.
Anyone else. You can cast your net as far and wide as you want it to be.
Oh gosh, who would I be?
Whose life are you that curious about?
Well, I'm not sure you know these people, but then again, they are creators like myself in my niche. There's someone called Alia's Face. That's
I know
one
her.
I would like to be, right?
Yeah.
Her content is crazy.
Yeah.
That's
That's who
for
you'd
like a
want to
day.
be.
Yeah,
Okay.
or like Bella Sabo, I think on Instagram.
Yeah, but she recently
Got married. Yeah. Right? That is how much we are keeping up. That's what I would, just to like see what is it like. Yeah.
Do you like, okay, because people know you from your social media.
Yes.
Do you like the fact that people feel like they know you? Because there's a familiarity that comes when
There
we see you.
is.
Like, we even have opinions. We're like, Karo,
True.
today what were you wearing?
Yeah.
Or yesterday, like, do you like that?
It depends on the way I'm being approached, to be honest.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just don't want to know, babes. You just don't want to know. It's also like and I would always say this in my stories. I'm like, guys, not for nothing.
Yeah.
But if you find me in a situation, whatever, like even a kajambo will do. But Carol, my God, last time now, the day you told us to go this place, we went and like.
Yeah, girl, you have to get that. You have to
It's
get that feedback.
Yeah, you have to get that feedback. But man, when I'm in a line of something in the bank, or you're like time and place.
I think that's like the should I say the consequences? What they call it, occupational hazard.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's what that
What's
is.
the worst part aside from that?
Yeah.
What's the worst part about your job?
Social media. If I'm to say social media, it's you have to pick and choose the stuff you put out. You have to be very careful because whatever you put out, whatever you say is going to be misconstrued into something else. So try to be aware when you're putting stuff out because everyone is watching, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's very scary. 1 minute you're this, another minute it's like, it's quite something.
Yeah.
I think that's what freaks me out, and I like the fact that my family is like my space. You know, like when this is happening, it's like they are my people,
They're
and I
your
feel like
people.
everything as well. But just be conscious about the stuff you put out. Again, it's the internet; it's going to be there forever.
Yeah.
You might be a different person now, and then a different person later. Then you're looking back, and you're like, "What was that?"
Agreed. And you know, I'm one of those people who's like very self-conscious about what I put on social media, and that's why possibly my social media-ness has not taken off because
I don't think it has.
No, it could be better. It could be better because there are times when I'm just like, no, I'm not dealing with this today, and I'm not
Right.
dealing with it. And you have to be consistent. Like I
have
see
to
you
be.
post stuff like at least
Right.
in a week. I see you posting
Yeah.
something like daily. I can't do that.
Well,
I will
how
do
often
it
do
today.
you do? First
The
tell
other
me.
day, I'll like maybe
Or like
twice a
depending
week.
on the feeling.
Twice a week, and also depending on the feel. Like when I'm going through a rough patch, like if you want to know I'm going through a rough patch, I will not be online. Like that,
girl.
I will ghost completely for like 3 months even.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I could never. I can't. Like even when I take a day, like honestly. And the thing is, I've created this thing where I could do content like from the morning because I'm a morning person. I'm mostly active in the morning hours. By like 4 p.m., if I had like a long day or 5, I'm home. I'm like, guys, I'm logging out. They won't hear from me until the next
next
day.
day.
And that's the thing. And then Sundays, I'm offline. So even if you call, text, nothing, you won't find me. And I feel like I need that in order to
Yeah.
again find myself again. So that I'm full for the next day.
Was it you who said on TikTok something
Yeah.
about people should be paying for meetings?
Yeah, I did.
You said that. Okay, so here's the context for people who. Why am I the one saying it? Let it come from the horse's mouth. Tell us.
Okay. So this has, my opinion came from my experience.
Okay.
Hey girl, we would like to work with you. We'd like to have a chat. Oh, cool, cool. Are you available to meet? Absolutely. So you do that. You have like a full-blown conversation, da da da. Okay. And all right, let's get back to you tomorrow and see, the way forward. Fantastic. And they do get back. And then you start the process, blah, blah, blah. Or maybe we need something else. Is it possible for you to come in? There's a time I had this meeting with this brand. I think I did like 4 meetings back and forth. And I was so over it. And then the last meeting we had, they were like, oh, the lawyer's looking at the contract, like finalizing, you're going to get it. I'm like, perfect. Ghost.
So you were meeting in person, like physically?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. 4 times?
That's the thing.
Oh, my goodness.
It's like, please come in, because I don't know how many partners there are in there. Now, this one would like to have a sit down. And the brand is quite big. But I'm like...
And eventually they ghosted you?
Ghost.
To this day?
To this day.
Lord.
And I have their contacts. And they watch my status on a daily. So I get confused.
And I hope they watch this as well.
I hope they do.
Yeah, guys,
and
do
like,
better.
Yeah, so I started to think about it, because at the end of the day, we don't have like a proper structure when it comes to content creation in Kampala. We don't. Hence why it's up to you yourself to create those standards, right? And everything is very enticing. Like the offers you get, it's very enticing, but you have to pick and choose. You cannot do everything.
Yeah.
You can't, because then it's looking like when we go to your page, it's just Wolango all over the place. What is that?
Yeah.
Like what is your why? Why did you start to do what you do, So I'm like, guys, listen, I feel like a fee should be charged. Call it a consultation fee, because sometimes someone has called you and you find yourself sharing. Like, oh, this is what I would do. This is what da 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 da. Like, and that thing happened with a brand where I said something like, I would do this direction. This is what I can promise you. They went and did the exact same thing, but I wasn't in the picture. So charge a fee.
Yeah.
Depending on, so I feel like it's valid.
You know what? I 100% agree with you, because a lot of times I find that, because obviously we're the people who are, I guess, more in touch with the audience and know what's happening out there, I feel like sometimes people are taking your conversation as a consultation, but you're not aware. You're not aware.
True.
Yeah. So they're getting ideas and they're hearing your insight. They're like, oh, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. So for me, my advice would be when you go for a meeting, just lay the foundation. Don't share too much. Don't share your ideas. Don't share, like, just go and say, this is what I'm capable of. These are the brands I've worked with, da 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 da. And they'll get a clear picture from that. Because even me,
I agree.
I've been in those situations.
Really?
I agree. We should start charging. We should start charging.
We should charge.
What's something you can't go a day without? Aside from social media, obviously.
Like just in general?
Just in general, in life in general.
Life in general. I can't go a day without my skincare.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like that's just an obvious thing for me. I can't go a day without skincare. I can't go a day without journaling. Yeah.
Skincare, even when you're just staying at home doing nothing.
Even then still, my love. Still.
Okay.
Yeah, because I find that whatever I'm trying to put out most times, it's my appearance that matters. And if it's better in its natural state, because I do a lot of skincare content, then it works.
Yeah. So when you live in the house, what's something you can't live without? You can't go outside the house without it.
Oh gosh, girl, my DJI.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be answered, so I want you to answer independent of your like. I want you to answer independent of. Yeah. Let's first chill content creation. Let's first chill a job.
Okay.
You as Karolyn.
Me as Karolyn, I can't do without lip gloss.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair, because you don't want to go around with dry lips. Speaking of dry lips, what's a deal breaker for you?
Oh God! Oh, deal breaker. I'm OCD.
Yeah.
So I just can't stand people who are just not.
Who are not.
And poor communicators.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Okay, define poor communicators, because everyone's communication needs are different.
They are.
So there's people who will text you daily. Are they supposed to text you hourly? Are they supposed to text you 10 times within the hour? Like, what is good communication in your book?
I feel like it's a two-way street, babe. I feel like if someone reaches out to you, actually, if I call you and, you're busy, life happens, you can't pick up, but when you're getting back to me, you need to call. Don't send a text.
Yeah.
At least that's how I see it.
Yeah, like if I've called you, call me back.
Call
if
me
I've texted
back.
you, text me back.
Text.
Okay.
But also like, if it's a text message, yes, you're in a meeting, yeah, I'll call you back. Or when you have the time after, then you do. But it's a two-way thing, but it should be back to back like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why is it like, reach out to you and then, 2 days, hi. I'm like, girl, what is...
What's your toxic trait? That one came out of nowhere.
Sabrina, I'll be honest.
That you're aware of. Because I get
yeah,
the feeling there are
I
some that we
really
don't
am.
know.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
other posts. So I'd be like,
Yeah.
My toxic trait is I'm a Mochiga, I'm a Leo, I speak my mind.
Okay.
So sometimes it might come off gracefully and sometimes not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is my trait. Working on it, working with being that open still, but with some kindness there,
Yeah.
Sometimes like I lose the plot. I imagine, but no.
Do you find that, and this is just speaking from my personal experience, like in Uganda, we are very friendly people. But
are.
sometimes the friendliness turns into familiarity. And sometimes you have to be firm. And sometimes being firm can be taken as being rude. Have you ever noticed that?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So sometimes when there are some people who are just bad mannered, those people aside.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's okay to be firm if you're being firm and just
is.
putting up a boundary.
Yeah, I feel like
So don't change the
you
Leo
require
Muchiga.
that.
Yeah.
At some point you find you need to use it. And then maybe in some instances it's so I think balance.
Yeah, especially as a woman, I've noticed
Truly.
familiarity is too much.
Yes.
If you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Fries.
Ah,
Fries or potato chips, obsessed. I can't even.
so
I can't.
like, would you not just be round? Like, are you one of those people who eats and doesn't gain weight? Because if you say yes, you are
I really
excommunicated.
am those people.
Go away from my podcast. You're done here,
really am.
guys. It's been real. We've been
Guys.
no, like.
I am, but when I get up in the morning, I'm not a breakfast person. I never have breakfast.
Yeah.
My first meal is usually like 2 p.m. If I'm up and about, blah, 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 I get home 2 p.m. That's when I have my first meal. Then a bit of snack in between here, but nothing serious. Then supper. And then after supper, it's like, let's go. Like,
I've seen sometimes you post your food, and I'm like, if I ate like you,
yo.
I would be those like I wouldn't fit in this camera right now. Okay, if you had to listen to only, do you like music?
I feel like I listen to it when I can.
But it's not like a thing.
It's not like I'm crazy about it.
Yeah.
I'm crazy about 90s, old school R&B.
Okay.
But honestly, Sabrina, the music these days confuses me. Like, when someone's like, I'm a piano, I don't know the song. I actually went out with a friend the other day.
Yeah.
Maison Noir. Honey,
You didn't know what was going on.
my friend was having the time of her life. She was like, Karo Banange. I was like, yo, the music was loud. Then I'm like, what is that? Like, what's the sound? And people are like doing moves. I don't know. I was like, they've lost me. I was like, I don't.
No,
I don't. Do you? Like, do you? I swear I
No,
can't
like,
relate.
listen. Personally, I'm stuck in the 90s, early 2000s.
I'm stuck
Actually,
there.
I stopped on 2012. Me personally.
That's good.
I stopped on 2012. The music
That's
I like.
good.
Up until 2015, 2016, I don't mind because that's when I was just getting into the media and radio. I was working on radio.
I would imagine because you're in the media, like
Yeah.
you know all the
But I know them I know them, but do I like them? Personally, I'm not really a fan of certain genres. Some of them I can
True.
take them in small doses, but like
That's the
you go to a
thing.
club or a bar and
and
the
it's-
whole night, you feel like you're listening to the same.
I can't. I
Yeah.
just can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, take me home.
What's your biggest ick?
People can't speak up. Yeah, people can't speak up. Like, if you're stressed about something, say it with your
Speak.
chest. Say it with your chest. Don't keep it. It's
Yeah.
not good for your health.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives me like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you met a guy and he's just trying to keep the peace, so he's not going to confront you, that's a deal breaker.
It's no confrontation. It's let's talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, let's
Okay.
chat.
Yeah.
Like communicate, speak.
So
I like
passive
that.
aggression annoys you. Like
Yes.
someone who is passive aggressive. I get that. I get that. If you had one day
Yeah.
to blow $1 million, 24 hours, $1 million, what are you doing?
Sabrina, this is hard.
I know. That's why I'm asking it.
God, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And you know what Caroline said? I don't even want a brief. I want to, freestyle it. I was like, all right, let's
I'm
freestyle it.
regretting the freestyle.
No, but do you want to hear what I would do?
What would you do? What would you do?
So, unfortunately, I have 24 hours.
I know, I'm like 24 hours. Girl, there'll be balance.
No. I would blow as much as I can, and when it's close to the time for balance to go, I'll go and buy something for the
Like
value
for-
that's what's left.
Really?
Yeah.
That instant. Like, you think you'll be in a place where you can completely reach it immediately. Okay, first tell me, what would you do?
First of all, if we're living just in Uganda,
Yeah.
I would definitely go buy some cars, some
Not bad.
houses,
Yes.
and then
Some
first
land.
$1 million is like
24
about
hours.
3.4 billion. It's about 3.4 billion Ugandan shillings. So I'd buy some houses, apartments,
Yes.
and then maybe like a house, and then I'd buy some cars because I want like a Range Rover,
Well.
and like let's
better
say,
work.
let's say a Pajero, and then I would go to like lunch. Oh, I would buy wigs because wigs cost a lot of money. So I'd
oh
make
my
sure
God,
I buy
yes, the
wigs.
wigs. We
Then
need like a full
I would
box
go
and
online
everything.
and order all the makeup I can think of.
After you bought the important stuff.
After I bought them, all
Then
the makeup.
you-
First of all, I'd go to
okay,
Fenty
okay.
Beauty and say, buy all. And then
Yes.
add all to cart.
Let's
And
go
then,
to Mac and
then I'd go
carry
to
everything.
Pretty Little Thing, Fashion Nova.
Yes.
And what they call it?
Wait, but we don't
And-
have
and
fashion
she-
over here, do we?
No, as in online. I'll just order for them and then they'll come.
they
Because remember, I have
just-
24
you
hours.
do it immediately, so that it's already.
So, yeah,
and
they'll-
hopefully they fit.
Yeah, no, I'm materialistic. I'll buy things. I'm sorry. And then maybe at the end of it all, I'd give back.
You give back to charity, like, oh.
Whatever is left over.
Yeah, but I think that's valid.
For real.
I mean,
Because
I
you have
feel
to.
like as women, we'll still go that route of material stuff. Like, man, I'm sorted.
Yeah, no, but people be like, no. Okay, obviously, so many people be like, I tithe fast,
Yes.
power to you. And then so many people are like, oh, I'd buy land. I'm like,
God.
okay. Me, I'd buy a house that's finished so that life can go on.
I know, like in a good area.
Yeah, 'cause
Calmness.
I have $1 million. To be honest, there are some houses that
It's
you buy for $1
crazy.
million and your
Yeah.
money is done, like in Naguru and stuff.
For real?
Yeah.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see those.
Yeah, they're there. They're there.
I would love to see those.
So you haven't answered the question because me, I've given you
Honestly,
my rundown.
You have, but I think it will be roughly that. It will be roughly that.
It'd
Of
be
course,
that
the material
ballpark.
stuff would be that. Because aside from that, what is?
Yeah.
What is?
I mean, if I could book plane tickets, I'd also go ahead and do that. If I could book them, listen, that money would do things.
You have a really good one.
Okay, so now it's time for the part of the show where we play a little game
Ooh,
called
okay.
He's a 10 But.
Oh, God.
He's a 10 but he smokes.
5.
Why? You don't like smokers?
I mean, I said 5 because it's like, I don't mind.
Neither here nor
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. He's a 10 but he lives with his parents.
1. I mean, what's that? What is that?
No, for real, what is that?
No.
As in, yeah. He's a 10 but he doesn't own a car.
1.
That's harsh.
How are we moving? How are we getting from point
Uber?
A to point B?
Uber? No. Cab? Taxi? Cab? No. Okay. He's a 10, but he doesn't believe in tipping.
I'll say 3.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll say 3.
Tipping is that important to you?
I feel it's also good manners. When you've
Facts.
gotten good service, it's also something like, you know how you like on a date and you see how like the guy treats the waiter, whatever, and it's gauges. I think it's just good manners.
Yeah.
If the service is good.
Okay. He's a 10, but he's always on his phone.
1.
Caroline, who is above 5? I'm just wondering.
1. Why
There
you
has to
always
be-
want my attention, please.
And okay, while we are in that ballpark, he's a 10,
Yes.
but he's clingy.
Clingy.
Yeah.
Oh God. 1.
Girl,
No, let me tell you, it's a lot. And the thing is, Sabrina,
you've just said you want attention.
I do, but in the moment, like there's a balance. I swear, if I can't, because at the same time, I like my space in a way, you know?
Yeah.
You want that opportunity to miss someone when you're always like, and then, girl,
yeah.
it's easy for you to just be like, I'm losing interest.
He's a 10, but he's stingy.
1.
I think negative
Negative
one. I think
1.
negative one. Like, no, because no. Yeah.
And
Actually,
also, leave alone like it's the stinginess, but I feel also it goes beyond because there's being generous, not money related, but you're available, you're reliable, like someone can call on you and you're always like,
yeah, willing to help.
exactly.
Yeah. There used to be this question that was going around, and they'd ask people, would you rather a stingy man
Okay.
or an unfaithful man?
Ooh.
And so many people
Well, like
would,
unfaithful.
yeah, because
You know what?
so
I
many
would say
people
the
can't
same.
stand the
Let me
stinginess.
say, I will be honest. I would just say unfaithful.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, life is life.
Yeah, generous men are kings. The rest of you, whatever.
No,
Okay,
no.
he's a 10, but he only showers once a day.
1.
Yeah.
1, please.
Caroline, who is above 5? I want to know.
That day is rough. Like you've been in the heat, you've been in the sunshine, and girl, and like, and when you take that one shower, is it in the morning or like evening? Like,
You know what? Which one would you rather that he takes? The morning one
like-
or the evening one?
honestly, I'd rather.
I'm thinking about it and I'm like, the evening one for like without a doubt the evening one. Because guess what? In the evening,
Actually, the
he's
evening
going
one
to enter
makes
bed.
sense.
And maybe he'll wake up smelling like bed, but you know, that's his problem. for
Actually, you're
someone
right.
else
The
to deal
evening
with.
one works.
But then in the evening, after that day and the
That
sweat
day
and the
Evening,
evening.
evening, na yun dawanang.
I have a friend, a girl, who showers once a day. And she stands by it. She's like, why do I need to take 2 showers? Shower once
But like,
is
I
enough.
feel like at some point you feel like you're itching. You know, like
Yeah.
the stickiness, because you've been out doing so many things.
Yeah,
you know?
especially if you left the house in Uganda.
Yeah.
I feel like that goes without saying. He's a 10, but he's a mommy's boy.
I wouldn't mind. I would say 8.
Yeah? The mommy's boy is the one who
Yeah.
makes it to 8?
Yes.
Why?
I mean, also like you want to see like the way these guys treat their moms. If they treat them nice, they'll also treat you nice. If you have a good relationship with the mom, top tier. If it's the ghetto, then he'll probably be a 1 for you because you will struggle in life.
You know what? Me, I'm not competing with no one's mom for their attention. You know, it's hectic. No, for real. Like, like mommy's boys love their mothers so much, and it's very sweet and admirable to look at in the beginning. But long time when you can't
Later
make
it's like,
one household
no.
decision without your mother, like you're.
Okay, now that's beyond.
No, they're
Where
there-
you
they're
can't even make
there.
a household decision. But
Yeah.
you need to.
Like there's
Girl.
somebody who told me a story about like this couple when his mom passed,
Yeah.
everything fell apart because the mom was
You're
holding
kidding.
that household together. You get
Oh, when you say it like that, I can't imagine.
Yeah, so it's a slippery slope. Okay,
It is.
he's a 10, but he won't post you on social media.
10.
You don't mind?
I don't mind.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
you could be you and, 10
actually,
other
it shocks
10 other
people
youths.
because I'm always on social. You'd
Yeah.
imagine if I had like someone, I'll always post them. I will not. You'll probably see an arm or like a finger there, but you won't see any
Like a watch.
a watch. But I don't like to like show. I wouldn't want to show my guy. I hope he's not a social media person as well. He's probably like in the corporate, and I am in this thing. But I like that.
Like
I would love that.
Yeah, that boundary as
I
if.
would love that so much.
Okay.
Also,
Here's
not
a-
for nothing, but don't you feel a type of way when guys are too much on social media?
I
Like,
do.
Why are you
I
taking
do.
all those selfies, sir?
Yeah.
Mirror
Would you
selfies,
date a
moreover.
fellow content creator?
No. And to that, no, I would not.
Do you feel like that's a double standard? Why? Why would you?
Nothing. I would not. Fellow content creator. I don't know. I feel most people in the entertainment space,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to date them.
Okay, now let me give you a scenario.
Okay.
So he has never posted you. You're dating,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he posted his ex, of which he used to, of which the entire Instagram page was full of her pictures, and then suddenly, you know, when it comes to you, he's private. How would you feel about that?
I would feel a kind of way, but that was then. This is now.
This is now. It's a
We
new
are now
regime.
New people.
Yeah.
New regime. As long as those pictures are no longer there, let's move forward.
Yeah.
But also, I've seen guys who are not, even when they're on social, it's not, you don't even see their image and stuff like that. It's just stuff around them. And maybe if something important, like you can post once in a while, like,
Yeah.
but that, unless your content is about relationships and marriage, but I don't
think-
see the point.
I think, like, for me personally, in my opinion, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna post anyone on social media until it's serious. So I respect somebody who thinks like
that's
that.
true.
But if you used to post somebody before,
Yeah.
and suddenly your privacy has become a thing on my regime, red flag, a little bit of a red flag. Okay, final question.
Okay.
He's a 10, but he's friends with his ex.
One.
Why?
I just feel like there are some relationships that you should just live in the past. They should stay there and closed.
Yeah.
Because I also don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, nah.
Boundaries. Agreed.
I think she's like married with like 10 kids. Like, oh, yeah, you
That's
can't
only.
put
That's
that
only time. But when she's
But
married,
no.
it's not safe. She has to have 10 kids in this
in.
world.
She needs that 10 kids and the whole, and she doesn't even live here anymore. You talk on the phone. I'm like, oh, perfect.
You know, Caroline, it's been such a blast. It's been such a pleasure having you. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for
This
having
was
me,
so much
darling.
fun.
It was.
And of course, you guys can follow Karolyn Kash across all platforms.
Yes.
I said it
it's
right
with
this
a K
time.
minimal. Karolyn K. Kash
Yes.
K.
Yeah, Karolyn Kash with a K. We shall put your Gundi down
Oh,
there.
better wear.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I got it across all
Platforms, yeah.
Oh, I feel like, woof,
Because
that's like,
it's important to have
It's
that uniform
important. Do
thing.
you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I do.
I love
do.
it.
Except for one where there's breezy because I failed to find
Really?
Sabrina Agasha, so I added my nickname. But yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Killing.
It's been amazing having you. Thank you
It
so much for
has.
stopping by. Guys, make sure you follow Karolyn. She also has a YouTube channel as well. You can go head over there and check her
The
out.
struggle.
Why is it struggle? YouTube is not for the weak,
It's
by
not
the
for the
way.
weak.
Thank
It's
you
for the
so much.
strong.
It's for the it's been an uphill battle, but I thank you so much, you guys. You like, you subscribe, you comment. Yo, the comments that I read, you guys make me so happy.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
I
They
love
do make me.
that.
Some people be roasting me, but it's okay. I don't mind. You roast
You
as
bring
long as
roast,
you're
I'll also
coming.
roast you
As long
back.
as you're watching.
As long as you're watching.
Yeah, so we've been at the Patio Bella and they have been our gracious hosts, taking good care of us. Make sure that you stop by for lunch, for dinner, for tea, for breakfast, whatever you want to do, they have you sorted. And I'm dressed by the amazing STW. Go check them out on
gorgeous.
Instagram and just scroll and see all the outfits that you will be looking good in. And make sure that you purchase those outfits. You've been watching It's Never That Serious with me, Sabrina. Until next time, bye.